This is the strategy that I used to make $5,000 last month betting on the NBA. Now, before we get into this strategy, let's discuss exactly what you need to do this strategy. All right, because this strategy involves player props. Now, what you need is you need to have access to multiple sports books. But if you don't, and you're in a state where most sports books are banned, you still can use offshore sports books. Because I get this as a question a lot. A lot of people in California as well. They think they have to play prize picks to do player props, underdog, all that stuff. You don't. You can do offshore sports books and still be able to play player props. So right off the bat, you have to have access to some type of sports books that can let you alternate lines for player props. Prize picks, underdog, they don't let you do that stuff. And you have to parlay them together. So you have to have access to the correct sports books to be able to do this strategy. Now, one of the most important things in this strategy is consistency. You need to be able to stick with the strategy and do it day in and day out. You cannot skip days, take days off, and bet other stuff. You have to just stick to the strategy because that is what is proven and this is what works. So let's go ahead and let's jump on the whiteboard, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what that strategy is. So let's talk about what type of strategy it is first. What are you looking for? What player prop are you looking for inside the sportsbook? You are looking for the points, rebounds, and assist, PRA. All right, and it needs to be an alternate. All right, alternate line. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for alternate lines for points, rebounds, and assists. So first thing you want to do right off the bat on a slate for the NBA is you want to pull up the lineups for every single game that's on the slate. And what you want to do is you want to write down the top usage players for each team. All right, so you want to find the usage percent. Usage percent. What that means is the usage percent is how much of the offense goes through that particular player. We only want to write down the top two on each team. So for example, if you're familiar with the NBA, if you look at the Lakers, your top usage players on the Lakers would be LeBron and would be Anthony Davis. So usually your top usage players are your star players, but not all the time, because if they are a center, sometimes they don't have a high usage rate. But you have to go and you have to find the top two usage players on each team and write those down. Now, once you have written down the top two usage players on each team, what you're going to do after that is you're going to pull up the NBA's defense per position. All right? You're going to see how they go against certain positions each team. All right? So what you're looking for here is, let's say for a point guard, for example, all right, a point guard versus a team that's bottom of the league in guarding the point guard position. That is what you're looking for. So if you found a point guard right here that is top two, all right, in usage percentage on the team, and he's going against a team that gives up, let's say, bottom five is what I usually like to look at, the bottom five, all right, versus the point guard position. So versus bottom five in the league against the point guard position. What you want to do here is once you have that written down, you're going to circle those players. So now it's going to pretty much filter out that list of players that you got. You're going to go through and you're going to find only the players that are high usage percentage, that are top two, that have a good matchup, all right, against their position. So it could be center versus the bottom five. It could be small forward, power forward, shooting guard. The example I'm using is point guard, but it could be any position. So you're going to go through and you're going to circle which of those have a good matchup. So once you do that, now you should have a list of, I'd say, on any given slate, when there's a full slate of NBA games, you should have a list of probably about 5 players. All right, you probably started out with like 20 plus, but now you're down to about 5 here. So what you want to do is once you have that list, now you have that list of 5 players, what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to look on the sports book for their alternate points, rebounds, and assists. And look at the line that is between these odds right here. Minus 250 and minus 270. All right? Now, people looking at that might be like, whoa, that's pretty high odds. That's high odds right there to be able to do. You need to be able to hit 70% to be able to make money doing that. Exactly. That's what we're doing here. All right? We are hitting over 70% with these types of plays. Because what I have noticed is with the sports books, when you alternate the points, rebounds, and assists, and you go drop down, what you're going to drop down here from what their average is about 3 or 4 points below what their average is going to be. So it gives you a great opportunity to be able to hit that at a 70 to 75 to 80% clip, as long as you have the correct matchup here. The mistake I see with other people trying it, they don't have the correct matchup. They just go and pick any player that is a key player on the team, betting minus 250 or minus 270. They need to have a good matchup. All right, this is very important right here. If they don't have a good matchup, this doesn't mean you can just go and bet minus 250s, minus 270s and think they're going to win at 70 to 80%. So now let's talk about what that looks like and exactly what it is that you're going to be placing here. So like I said, you're looking for that minus 250 to minus 270 line. So for example, let's just say LeBron. All right, we're going to say LeBron, for example. His number at that is 34.5, let's say. 34.5 for his PRA. All right, that's what we're going to say that his number is when you went and looked. Now, guys, if you want to fast forward through all this stuff that I'm teaching you right here, find all the strategies that I use to hit 70, 75, 80% of the time, make sure you guys just go click the link in the description. All right, it's that simple. You can fast forward all this stuff, fast forward all the research that I've did over the years, and I can just show you exactly how to do it. Or you want the picks as well, where I just pretty much put them out for you, and all you got to do is copy and paste. You can do that as well by clicking the link in the description. Now let's get back to exactly what it is that you're going to be betting on here. So the logic behind this, like I said, is we got minus 250, minus 270 line. We're using LeBron James as an example. 34.5 PRA. His average, if you look up his average, we're going to say it's around 38. All right, he averages around 38 to 39 PRA. All right, now these are just hypotheticals right now. Hypotheticals. I don't know the exact stats here of all this. I'm just putting this as an example of what it is you're looking at. So what you're doing here is you are taking his PRA number, his average here. He has a great matchup. We're saying he has a good matchup. He's going against a bottom 5 team that goes against his position. We're saying he has a great matchup. We're taking his average. We're buying back on his average to 34.5, and he has a favorable matchup. So what we're doing here is, just in a regular game, he should average somewhat around that when he's just playing any team. Now, when he is playing a team with a favorable matchup against his position, he should easily be able to get his average, right? So what we're doing is we're buying all the way back to give him even better opportunity to be able to pass this bet and win this bet for you. Even though you're paying minus 250 or minus 270, long term, if you're hitting 75, 80% of the time, because you need to have the correct matchups. As long as you have the correct matchups, you are going to profit long term. Most people, I've heard this for years, you cannot bet long term. You cannot make money long term betting these types of numbers. Guys, I've been doing it for years. I've been betting minus 200s, minus 220, minus 250, minus 300s. I've been hitting 75, 80% of the time. Everybody thinks it's made up until you join the group. Until you join the group and you actually see what we do on a month-to-month basis and how it actually works. Everything you've been taught in sports betting and been shown is wrong. I'm just being honest. It's wrong. This is the 21st century. This is a way different time frame now where everybody's being taught the wrong stuff. And this is the right stuff because guess what? I prove it every single day. Now, again, what we're doing here is we're taking that average, we're buying back, giving ourselves a higher probability of this play hitting. So again, all you have to do is you have to find the players that have top 2 in usage rate, write all them down, write down the favorable matchups against that position. Should limit your list to like 5 or 6 players on a big slate. Then from there, find exactly what their average PRA number is, write that down, and look for the alternate number at minus 250 or minus 270 and buy back. And what you're doing here is taking, obviously, if you haven't got the gist of it here, you're taking the over. All right, so you'd be taking the over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This strategy right here is what makes me money all the time in the NBA. All right, betting minus 200s, 250s, minus 270s. You don't need to be betting $1,000 a game, $500 a game, because why? Over the course of the consistency of you doing it over and over and over, month to month, you are going to stack your bankroll no matter what size bankroll you have. It might not be a lot every single win if you have a lower unit size, but you will still stack your bankroll if you just stay consistent with the strategy. All right? This has worked for me multiple NBA seasons. So make sure that if you guys have any questions about this, throw it in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to try to help everybody out. As always, guys, I'm Frank from Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.